Good evening and a very warm welcome to Radio and Television Tonga news package for the hour. Making headlines, local Crowies submit petition to Parliament in regards of the foreign investors regulation. Tonga Meteorological Services predicts that only 1 to 2 cyclones will affect Tonga in the 2022-2023 cyclone season, with a moderate to high risk of one severe cyclone. And Loti Lakepa elected as new chair of the whole House Committee. Now I'm Rafanoto Bola with the stories in detail. Local Crowies petitions regarding the foreign investors regulation were submitted to Parliament yesterday. Mark Ake reports.
The Clerk of Parliament read this petition submitted by the 181 farmers and local growers that were dissatisfied with the foreign investors regulation. The petition includes a request to temporarily ban this regulation and get public consultation on it. Local growers believe that accepting the regulation is not wise because it opens doors for foreigners to come to Tonga and take their opportunities. The petition was submitted to the Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Lord Faufanua, by 181 local growers in August. These growers are calling for this regulation to be reviewed as it affects their livelihoods. The foreign investment regulation includes the farming of chickens and eggs, business security, electrical wiring of home and commercial residents, the planting of taro, sweet potatoes, yam, cassava, squash, plantain, sandalwood, and kava. The regulation was signed by the former Minister of Finance, Tatafu Moeaki, last year before it was submitted to Parliament this year. The Minister of Trade and Economic Development, Dr. William Latu, said that this regulation has been widely debated as it is clear that there is a misunderstanding. Latu made it clear that this policy is an opportunity for foreigners to come and market, process, and empower local growers. This issue was handed over to the Whole House Committee for further discussions.
Next month marks the beginning of the tropical cyclone season that will run until the 30th of April next year. Tonga Meteorological Services is expecting a lower frequency of tropical cyclones, with 1 to 2 cyclone activities predicted to take place and with higher rainfall in the next cyclone season due to continued La Nina conditions. Alice Tupo with the detail.
Tonga Meteorological Services is expecting lower frequency of tropical cyclones with 1 to 2 cyclone activities predicted to take place and with higher rainfall in the next cyclone season due to continued La Nina conditions. There is a moderate to high risk of Tonga being affected by at least one severe cyclone. The peak months for tropical cyclone activity will be January and February. There is a higher chance of a cyclone activity that will affect Hawaii, Tongatapu, and Ewa. According to the Deputy Director of the Tonga Meteorological Services, Laitia Fifita says, the cyclone season is a La Nina, yet again for 3 consecutive years. He explained ways of how they can predict cyclone seasons in a year. We can identify this when we follow the flow of warm coastal waters and cool coastal waters in the South Pacific. Tropical cyclone formation areas will be shifted to the warmer ocean temperatures in the Australia, Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands regions. So where are the cool coastal waters? It covers the rest of the coastal waters of the Pacific region, including Tonga. Meanwhile, the director of NIMO, Mafuamaga, says that it is important for the public to be prepared no matter what. The most important thing here is our preparedness so that it won't come up to a time when someone dies or a lot of resources are damaged when nature disasters occur. We always advise the public during our programs carried out to communities, schools, including churches. From now on to the 1st of November, it is still time for us to prepare for these tropical cyclones before they arrive in Tonga. This may include making sure the places we live are strong enough and safe to withstand natural disasters. This is a good time for us to look at our environment if there are any trees that need to be cut down before they fall on our houses during a cyclone. I have seen that there are lots of construction, and I think it is best for builders collect materials in a safe place before cyclones occur, and it may affect the neighbors or the village. Mafamaga adds that it is understood that Tonga has experienced heavy rainfall in the past weeks, and he encourages the public to use water wisely so when nature disasters occur, they have water to use. Reporting for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Alice Situpo.
The number 2 Noble Representative of Vava'u, Lord Tuilakepa, has been elected as the new chair of the whole House Committee. Lord Tuilakepa was voted unanimously by the House today after being nominated by the Hapai 13 People's Representative Vivo Sataka. Lord Tuilakepa replaces the former chair of the whole House Committee, Noble Representative number 1 of Tongatapu, Lord Vaya, who has taken up a new cabinet ministerial portfolio as Minister for Internal Affairs. However, this is not the first time that Lord Tuilakepa has been elected to the role, as he had already been in the role in previous years. The latest survey on the Hungatonga and Hungahapai volcano and its eruption with the tsunami that ensued in January was completed this week. We'll have Mark Ake with the detail.
The survey was conducted by Tonga's Geology Services in partnership with Professor Shane Cronin and Dr. Jose Borrero. Government geologist Daniela Gula said that the heat in the Hungatonga-Hungahapai area is starting to decline. The tsunami that hit Tonga reached 22 meters in height and engulfed the islands of Kelefesia and Nomukeiki. Gula said that it was clear from the survey the importance of trees and reefs as they can decrease the strength and momentum of a tsunami.
And 3 Liahona High School students received the Toma Miko Arts Scholarship for 2022 from Her Royal Highness Princess Angelica Latufui Tuku'aho at Liahona High School last Tuesday. Tomamiko Arts Scholarship was established as a joint venture between the Princess and Stephen Tomamiko, a painter who was appointed by the late King Taufa'ahau Tupo IV as his royal court painter, with the painter gifted the scholarship to a secondary institution that teaches art as a part of their curriculum. Princess Angelica Latufui Tonga's High Commissioner to Australia acknowledged how fortunate Liahona High School was to be the only school in Tonga that offers art class. The Liahona High School student recipients are Tiena Turikihifo Aluesi, George Andrew Langi, and Timote Tavakesina Fangpo Vehala. Her Royal Highness said they were fortunate to have Tomamiko's support and encouraged the abilities of the Liahona High School students. She says she hopes that the scholarship will inspire the students by capturing and revealing beauty of the world and continue being good students and practicing their artistic capabilities to their very best. Her Royal Highness hopes that in the years to come, they would be able to award more scholarships like this to more students, not only in Liahona High School, but to other schools as well. That wraps up this evening's news package, but before we part, here's one final look at today's top stories. Local Crows submitted a petition to Parliament in regards to the foreign investors regulation. Tonga Meteorological Services predicts that only 1 to 2 cyclones will affect Tonga in the 2022-2023 cyclone season, with a moderate to high risk of 1 severe cyclone. And Lord Tuilakepa elected as new chair of the whole House Committee of the Legislative Assembly. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I'm Vaifunoto Pola. Good evening.